guys who are back live once again for this final day of Dream Challenge. Shane Boening versus Andre Serestana. I'm thrilled to see that match.
Oh yeah, me too, considering that would be it if we didn't get to see this match.
So once again, this is Team USA winning the leg. Pretty successful on that one.
Yeah, both a little shy of what they would have liked on the leg, but Shane taking it down.
Do you know, Jeremy, why Oscar is not involved during this last day? Probably is he saved for the captain's pick?
Well, initially it wasn't set up with a captain's pick this year, so for the Hill match. So we had him actually playing the last match in singles. So, but then the coordinators decided they wanted a captain's pick. So definitely the captain's pick hasn't been decided if we get there. The position we're in, we're going to worry about getting there first, but so we may see Oscar, we may not.
Now, who would you put in for the captain's pick if it were you?
Well, you know, the guy that just broke the balls is a hard guy not to choose.
Yeah.
Not only that, besides him, you know, if Mitch gets to play next match, well then they would be the most fresh since playing, so we'll see. You know, I think if you asked our entire team, I think if we went with SVB, they couldn't be upset about it. I mean, it's just, you know, I mean, odds, right?
Yeah.
I think Billy and Skylar both have looked pretty solid. Corey, I think, is getting better every day.
Yeah, nice to see that. So it is Shane Boening at the table right now.
He might be going for the bank here and going into the 4 with the cue ball. Okay, elevated him over the 4.
Didn't lift his opponent too much?
Not much, yeah. So it looks like he's snookered. He's looking at a 2-rail kick, I believe.
Why not go just 1 rail?
Well, I think the reason is a little bit of queuing, and there's not really a clear path to get the 1 ball safe. The 2-rail, I believe, he can come underneath, and he can send the 1 to the side rail and down to the in rail. So, and I think he has a better chance of making the 1 in the side. He may even come across the 1 ball and make the 9. So there's a little bit more opportunity going 2 rails here, I believe.
Yeah, I see.
Like here,
nicely done by Andre.
Yeah. Wow, he didn't leave a combination. He didn't leave a billiard shot, kiss shot, nothing. But Shane is. That's one thing I commented about before. Most people think Shane is all about the break, and don't get me wrong, the break has taken him a long ways. But when it comes to playing the game, he's super efficient as well. He's going to try and get behind the 9. And it looks like the speed is nice. Wow, perfect. Wow.
Yeah, what a nice shot that was.
And knowing the 1's going to come off the 4, and it got a little bit of a kiss off the 4, so. Similar shot as the first, coming 2 rails to the back of the 1. Key is here, he'll probably try and send the 1 by the 2 in between the 2 and 8. Oh, wow. Looks like he's very prepared. He's making things tough on Shane. Shane may not have much besides banking the 1 straight back down table and going into the 5 with the cue ball. Is he going to try and shoot the 1 in between the 5-8? No.
Nice safety battle to start this one.
I like banking the 1 down. If you make the 5 with the cue ball, you just play from there. Try and get the 1 past the 2 and 4. Okay. He tried to get it down table. He got a little bit of a kiss. But the key is he left him tough, long and tough. So nothing easy for Andre from here. But I'll tell you what, he's done exactly what he's needed on both those kick shots. He's got an option here on safety or being aggressive, trying to pocket the one in the upper left or banking the one right. Oh wow, he went for a two-way maybe? And he's going to get a roll, it looks like. Yeah, definitely going to get a roll. And you're going to see Shane have to go up in the air here.
Just surveys the table from any angle possible.
And one thing you can learn from Shane Van Boening and a lot of the top pros is he's not going to get too disgusted by a little bit of a lucky roll for his opponent. That's just part of the game. You have to stay focused.
Well, some guys have trouble just accepting this.
Right, that's just part of the game. You see a lot of guys, if they don't get a shot right after their break, they shake their head, become negative. One thing here now, cue ball off the table, you have to get it down quickly.
Just keep in mind that at longer distance, luck factor evens out.
Yeah, he made a good hit. Now is he going to get a nice? Oh, I thought he caught the one first. No, maybe not. Maybe he curved the cue ball. Okay. I guess he caught the 8 first. I thought he cut the one thinly, but Shane not really saying much.
Yeah, that's a fall.
Okay, yeah, he did, yeah.
Wrong ball hit first, according to the rules.
And now ball in hand on the one at a very open table. Coming 2 rails, he doesn't want it to spread too much, so he keeps an angle to get on the 4, and that's perfect. And I'm not sure if the Americans have won the first game of the match today.
What about Tyler's tire? The
Well,
only
maybe,
one
yeah,
rack up there.
Yeah. But they've lost a lot of games on their break, I'll tell you. He's gotten straight here. So
I think he's just enough.
just enough angle to
Yeah.
go out towards the 5.
It looks not much, but that's enough.
He may
Well,
draw.
once again, do remember Andre favors those punch shots.
Yeah, he may. Okay, he's balling it out.
That's it. Once again, stun
Yeah.
everyone. He's one of the most successful Russian players doing this one.
Now, did he start out as a pyramid player?
No,
No.
no. In the past, only Ruslan Chinakov and Maxim Dudanets played Russian pyramid. Actually, Ruslan was brought up like a pyramid player at the junior level, and still he can play some.
Okay, he's going to keep this simple. I don't think there's any reason to go 2 rails here. The 8's very easy. Just hit right before the side and take a little bit of a cut. I wouldn't go 2 rails ever here. It's just, I guess it's a little bit of preference, but I think the correct shot is just to hold on the side rail. I mean, nicely struck, but I think a little unnecessary.
Taking his time.
And that's not so much for now, but that's just to keep the pace of play throughout the match. Obviously, the 8-9, very simple.
But once in a while, you can just screw up even the simplest things
Oh, absolutely.
out
Yeah.
there.
But that's just to build the routine. He wants to remind himself there's going to be a situation that comes up to where he needs that extra time.
First blood drawn by Team Russia. While Andrei Serostan is only 22.
Yeah, well, young team. Both teams are young, but definitely the Russians as a whole, a much younger squad. So definitely a force to be reckoned with in the future. Pocket Billiards.
Yeah, he's been a runner-up at the Junior European Championship back at 2012.
Okay, cue ball's heading towards that corner a little bit. And it's going to get froze on this, or near froze off this back rail. The beauty here is he's got a natural angle on the 2 to roll it in that lower left-hand corner.
Yeah, but once again, that cue ball on the rail
Right, but
doesn't make things any easier.
But he has an element of safety here. The key here is just don't underhit. Go ahead and get to that bottom rail and get position on the 3, obviously, but you can play for a little bit of a snooker if you miss.
Yeah, the cue ball's path doesn't lead to a scratch in any way.
And the key here mentally is to know that you have a chance of a snooker, you recognize that, but then commit to the shot to make it. That's the devastating part of the shot, is making it.
Yeah, that's the part that is usually forgotten.
Right. You get that element of two-way, and then you lose focus on making the ball.
And as a result, sometimes you make neither.
Right. So it looks like early in this match, Shane is good chance he's going to be trailing 2-0. Especially with the way the guys kick these days really well on the jump cue. So okay, coming out for a nice angle to use a little punch, left English, middle left English. So there's going to be a nice speed here he needs, making sure he comes far enough to make the cut easy, but not too far getting straight in on the 7. So middle of the side rail where he's standing is nice.
Well, maybe just past the center of the table.
And that's just ideal. That 5 or 6, 7, 8 inches off the rail makes hewing easy.
So he's supposed to use the side rail for position, but just don't catch that side pocket point.
Right. Or even go in the side. It's possible from that angle, believe it or not.
Yeah, that's for sure. Once again, for the cue ball power there.
Yeah, right. So he'll want to hit just past the middle diamond before the 3rd diamond.
Just like that.
Yeah. Keeping his nerves in check. And keeping a lot of pressure on what most and myself consider the best player in the world.
Well, that's a great experience for Andrei Sereshtan, regardless of the outcome, actually.
Right. Yeah, this is the first, but it won't be the last time, most likely, he plays SVB.
Of course, he's been there before. I mean, during the Euro Tours, he was facing like the players like Niels Fine or Albin Oshan, but still, like he didn't met like Shane Boening or Kopini.
Right. I really like that young man's game. I played him last year at the U.S. Open. He beat me hill-hill. He made an unbelievable jump shot on me hill-hill last year.
You mean?
Yeah. He put me on the loser side. Both of us played a pretty stellar match, and then I had him in a bad spot. He made a... Oh, boy. Whew.
Yeah, that was a very nice control of the whitey by Shane, but just the cue ball got kicked.
Right.
Immediately.
He's got a challenging shot in the side. I think one that he'll probably go for because the position is fairly natural, rolling it in the side and coming just one row out for the 2. I wouldn't blame him if he played safe because, again, the angles, oh yeah, it's a little steeper. It wouldn't bother me if he shot at it, though. I'll tell you that. You can just roll along the head string line, yeah. Okay, I think he's playing safe, though. I think he's knocking the 1 down table. He's knocking the 1 down table using the 4 and the 2 and the 6 as an eclipse, I think. That needs to go a little bit. That's going to offer a pretty nice 1-rail kick behind the 1. I don't think he's going to like this at all. Not with the 2 and 9 there.
Well, looks like the 1 is going to travel towards the 6.
Yeah, but it's sitting at a perfect angle to hit it left of the 6 into the
Yeah,
rail.
you see right now Andrew studying all these angles just to make sure that he doesn't make such kind of mistake.
Well, the key here is don't. I think you can lose the cue ball at this angle. You can lose the cue ball if you try to get the 1 all the way down. I try to get it past the 6 and use the 2 as a snooker, the 2 and the 9. If he tries to get the 1 all the way down, unless he spins it and goes into the 3 with the cue ball, he can lose the cue ball. Like that, see? Yeah. The deflection again, with all the right English, you got way out to the left on him.
And I don't think the pace of the shot was correct.
Did he get it straight enough to where he can draw back, or does he have to play short side here? He's close enough to where he can cheat the angle, right?
He can avoid the 9.
Shane, by far the most experienced on the slick conditions. Played a lot of big matches on the TV, under the TV lights. So he'll probably come down for the 4 on the side here. Shane plays a little more side pocket position than. Oh, he can't. It stayed for the corner. Okay. I like that.
So you mean he prefers going to the side
no,
more often
not prefers,
than
but like, he might go a little more often than some. Yeah.
Wow, that's a nice habit.
But again, even if he gets out here, he's in a situation to where he's going to have a mistake on Andre's break. Okay, he's coming across the table for short side on the 7 because it appears we only have a portion of the pocket going by the 8. So that's why he played for the 4 in the corner. That way he knew he was going to hold that angle on the 6. And I'll keep saying it. I think this guy, I've been around him a lot lately, and I think he's improved.
Hopefully that means that he's got more US Open titles on the way.
Wow. This is a shot here where on a regular table you would play maybe with a little right and come down the right side of the table, but with the slick cloth it won't check as easy, so it's easier to actually come naturally to the left. So that's just experience knowing that. Taking dead aim on this 9 ball.
And getting on the board with this 9 ball down. Still trading 1 to 2.
Shane playing with a new shaft by Q-Tech that's going to come out in December to the public. Low deflection.
Yeah, I asked him how long he had been playing with this one, and just for a couple of months, probably, yeah. He replied.
He really likes it, though.
Well, makes me wonder what he would have said hadn't he had a contract signed with Q-Tech, actually. Well, just...
No, he likes it, genuinely likes it, yeah.
Nice to hear that.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that's natural for any player, just kind of pushing his sponsor.
Oh, of course, yeah. Of course. But, I mean, there's proof in the pudding that their product has come a long ways. So.
How do you like Shane McMean as a captain's pick for the decider?
Well, he struggled a little bit here. I think the slick cloth, and like I said, there's a lot of pressure because the guys are trying to get to London, make the team, to get to Alexandra Palace December 4th through the 7th. Okay, is he going to end up with an offensive shot? Yeah, not an easy one. You would think it's easy just to roll it in the side, but it's not coming off that end rail. Cue ball got a little bit of a kiss, and probably a fortunate one, considering the cue ball's falling down to the bottom rail here. But as far as the captain's pick, the point of it is it's a team, and of course you address certain guys as maybe, hey, that's a little easier pick right there, but you want in time to where you can pick any of the guys. And you're putting the heat on me with these questions right here, Mike.
Sorry about that.
No, that's all right. That's what I'm here for. And that's what you're here for, I guess.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for being here with us and providing
He's
expert commentary, Jeremy.
Oh, I love it. I love watching the best players in the world. Oh, another nice shot. And rolling past the 5, which was key. If he had gotten elevated, that would have been a problem.
I'm gonna have a steep angle on the 3, but that's okay as long as he.
It's kind of what you want, right?
He has got to travel all the way with the cue along the table.
I wouldn't go into this ball. I would take the steep angle with. I would hit this with inside and come up to the middle side diamond on the side rail.
Just don't hit them if you don't need.
He's playing into the 3, and this could be a mistake here. 3 could get in a bad spot. You get on the side rail. Meanwhile, he's confident, right?
Yeah, that was calculated precisely and hit with precision as well.
But again, now you have to force the ball a little bit more. So coming in on the table is key.
2 rails around, and maybe even 3. Like end rail, side rail, that's okay. He just was aiming at certain spots on the rails.
And the key here is stay off the rail. You can handle straight in and draw out for position. You prefer an angle on the floor. Uh-oh, that's corner pocket. But also straight in, and yeah, that's more of the issue. Got away with that a little bit. He certainly didn't want to catch the 3rd rail on the end rail. Beautiful shot here on the 2 we're seeing, just bumping the 3. But now he's got a little bit of issue. Gonna have to power up, and this ball may hug on him a little bit to make it over the 6, 8, 9, or on the side rail. It could be even worse. So.
Oh, that's all right. Just make a stop shot, I think.
Oh, he's got to go forward with the cue ball here, or backwards for the combination.
And does he have enough angle?
Yeah, he's got enough angle. The thing is, this is the type of shot that's missable. On the slick cloth, when you miss this, you usually overcut it just a touch. Oh, he's not missing anything.
That's a great shot.
Still not out of the woods, though. He's falling a little bit full with a touching angle with the 8 and 9 kind of congested, so he's got to think this through. Can't quite get by the 8 for the 8 in the side so easily either. So you figure you go forward, you bump the 8, and you're okay, but funny things happen. Like this. Now he's off angle on an 8-9 combination. I would have taken my extension there, I believe. Thought that over a little bit more.
Well, still the combo looks pretty good now.
Yeah, but there's some
like
distance.
like the only option.
Well, yeah, he's shooting at it, that's for sure, and he's going to run the cue ball up to the end rail, kind of naturally. Oh, he's hitting it with low outside. Okay, I think it becomes a little more missable doing it like this. But not tonight.
I can barely hear you, Jeremy. Inside all this roar from the crowd. I don't think you are eligible as a captain's pick, are you?
No, I'm taking myself out of play. I haven't really got to hit balls much the last several days.
Because we've got some ideas on that in the chat. Put Jeremy in the box.
Me and Alan, maybe. I might take that on. I spent all day with Alan. He really treated me well the entire time I've been here. He took care of me today, going out sightseeing and doing some essential needed
yeah, that's very nice
things.
of him.
Yeah, he's a great guy. So Shane, the pressure's on. Nothing new. The one's coming around. What's the 9 gonna do?
It's down.
Wow.
Fast work from SVD here. Andrew needs to respond in the same way, I think so.
Well, do you think he's not going to do it? He's played pretty much a flawless match in the opening game, making several beautiful kick shots, getting out of Shane's safeties and then breaking and running on these two. So. Oh, I haven't heard anything yet. There's the 1, though. Oh, a little more congestion here with the 6.
Yeah, the 6 looks as if it is blocked by the 9.
Yeah. Losing the cue ball to the bottom rail. Last game he lost the cue ball and it got kissed up with the 1 and made a great out behind it. So.
Well, the 6 does pass to the right corner.
Yeah, but you see where the 5 is, so there's not a lot of easy ways to get there. Key here is the 2 first off. This is a tester. Alright, I'm interested if we get to the captain's pick. I think Team Russia has a tougher choice with Ruslan not playing today at all, and all these other guys playing great. Well, I tell you, he can do a few things here. If he can get off the rail a little bit, he can draw off of the 4 into the edge of the 6, opening the 6 a little bit also. Going towards the 5, so.
And that would be interesting.
Some decision making here. But what do you think as far as what I just brought up? I mean, we're definitely not even close to that, but.
No, just do not try to disturb the ball so far.
No, I'm talking about the captain's pick for the Russians.
I see.
I mean, with Ruslan not playing at all yet today, with Fedor struggling a little bit, Stepanov playing so great, Andrew playing so great.
Yeah, actually, as long as Andrew wins this one, I'd go with him.
Well, if he wins this one, it's over. So that's
anyway.
Now you paint yourself into a corner, Michael.
Anyway.
Yeah. So that's the political way to answer? Is that how that works in Russia?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's got himself a tester here on the 5. If he hits it really well, he could draw into the point and not get a shot. So he's got to take a little bit of a gamble. He's got to let the stroke go here, and I wouldn't be surprised if he came in. He got a little bit of a bounce off the cushion and came into the 6-9.
Yeah, that's right.
But the thing is, he isn't even serviced missing the ball at all, like close.
Very nice draw shot. At
Yeah.
least he.
He's
got a shot on the 6.
Wow, he doesn't have a guaranteed safety though. This isn't like automatic.
I like drawing him back off the 6 towards the 7 ball.
Yeah, this is touchy. I don't know. I think I would edge the 6 and run the cue ball, knowing the 9's going to go in a path to where it's difficult.
Just see what he is doing.
I think he's shooting your shot, and it got away from him.
Yeah.
I like keeping it simple there and edging the 6 and knowing the 9's going to just creep away, and you may not get a full eclipse.
Well, he took the risk, and is going to be punished for this one.
Yeah, you would think anyways. And he hit the 5 beautifully. I mean, he hit the 5 great. Just a matter, he could have got easier on the 6 for the safety.
Well, I think being in the lead, he like kind of had the right for taking the risk.
Right. Yeah, it wasn't a horrible shot trying to float behind the 7.
Yeah, just trying to put more pressure on your opponent.
And this needs to slow down a little bit. It's okay.
Just a nice draw shot. Shane has been practicing very long, tough draw shots for all 3 days here.
Well, if Shane misses a ball, he'll set that shot up 5 or 6 hours and shoot it. It's amazing. He wants to know why he missed it, and he wants to know how he can perfect it.
Well, you know, once I read very like nice saying about the game. One of the best advice actually I have ever met, that a good player is going to practice a shot until he makes it. An excellent player is going to practice a shot until he doesn't miss.
Right. So he almost masters it. I mean, it's impossible to master this game, I think, fully. But I think we all know that. But as good as you can get to where you feel like you've mastered it. I wouldn't change much about the break if I was Shane, making the 9 on the break his last opportunity.
Well, there's nothing to complain in terms of cue ball control on his break in this very match.
Hey, don't jinx my man now.
I tried to.
I saw in the chat as far as the commentator jinx a few times. So what's the 2 going to do? It's going to be okay, I think. I don't know.
Well, the commentator is always to blame.
Oh yeah, the 2-6.
Once the player misses it.
Okay, and I think the 2-6 is okay because the 7, he can hold the cue ball with the 7. So he's definitely going to be offensive here. If the 7 wasn't there, that makes things a little more delicate for sure. Key is chop it. I don't think you can really overcut the 2 and not make the 6 really. The only way you can miss the 6 ball is really to undercut, so I'm going to hit this pretty natural. Not a ton of speed, just kind of medium. Like so.
And manages to hold the cue ball with the help of the 7.
That's right. Now this is falling a little funny. He's got to float this. He's got to float this just past the 7, I believe. I don't think he can use 2 cushions here. And he's got to put a little bit of right English on it being on the rail. So this is on a slick cloth. This is a little bit delicate. Okay, nice shot. He made it look easy, right?
He even did stop his follow-through.
Well, that's the different fundamental that Shane has. He stops at the cue ball much more. Yeah, but that's how he plays. That's why we give him a little different training than we do the rest of the guys. And it's weird. It's a little odd because from what I remember in his younger days, it wasn't so much. But you'll see a lot of shots. He's a little bit more of a hitter of the cue ball rather than somebody that goes through the cue ball. Not something we recommend for most. But he's so talented and he's a 1 in a million kind of guy.
Yeah, for the majority that would have been unnatural, but like
Right.
Shane is so gifted, like you said.
That needs to go a little bit. So the 9's there just to draw simply, but that was pretty short there.
Well, the 9 is going to come into motion, definitely.
Yeah, but it's going to assist the cue ball here, but as far as he's made the ball a little bit missable. I don't anticipate a miss, that's for sure.
Nicely played.
Yeah. So now a lot of pressure on Andrew, even though he's played incredibly. And I think that's what he wanted. When we had him in the booth yesterday, when he talked about an honor, he wanted to feel that pressure. Not only the situation, but playing SPB in this situation.
Yeah, nice point. It's just the matter of whether you can handle the pressure
Yeah.
or the pressure handles you.
Man, both these guys have played pretty flawless this match.
Oh, that's a beautiful game.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful game to watch.
Yeah.
So far.
Yeah. A lot of good, great kick shots. One missed safety by Andrew is all I can really remember, and it wasn't easy anyways. So, but SVB's put him in a spot, himself in a good spot to where he knows he's going to at least get to break the balls to win the match if it goes hill-hill. We'll see if he loses that cue ball downward again. Nope, squarely. Now he's going to be, oh, I thought he was going to be elevated. Oh, this is
Oh,
unfortunate.
that's nice, but he doesn't have an opening shot except like maybe going for 1-2 combo.
I think he should shoot at it, actually. I think it's, yeah, it's laying
It's
nice.
on, yeah.
But the 7-8, it's a 7-8 playable.
Yeah, it's not. Definitely not.
He did much better with the cue ball there, though, knowing that he missed the one a little bit his last two breaks, but much more square there. A little bit fortunate to get a kiss to where he wasn't elevated, but also a little unfortunate to where the one didn't totally open up. But I think it's a shot he's got to attack.
Oh, the 7-8 combo is actually on as well.
I think it might be throwable, but you got to get from below it. So this is the shot here, though. I think a 5-9 combination is what we're going to see to win the game. Oh, I can't believe he played safe.
Oh,
And I believe he didn't shoot that.
Trying to keep it conservative.
I know, but I mean, he's shown that his ball pucking skills are so high.
Well, now you see, when he was leading, he took the risk. Now he's trailing, so just he doesn't want to gamble with this one.
He's going to be behind the two here, though. Shane's going to clip the right one, his right side of the one, sending the one into the 8. And then coming 1, 2, 3 rails behind the 2, I believe, using the 3 and maybe the 2 as a snooker. I think, anyways, it lays natural. He let the 1 get away from him and didn't quite get enough hit on the cue ball. So, whew, he's not going to be happy about that, I know. Caught the 1 a little bit thick. Really surprised that Andre didn't attack on that 1-2 combination, but hey, you don't like it, you don't like it. I can't see him passing up on this cut shot though, right?
Oh, the 1 is almost on the rail,
Yeah.
making the shot kinda easier.
Well, yeah.
Like to spin the cue ball.
Yeah, you
Into
spin
the-
the cue ball, but again, you can't put light spin if you're going to use it like that. It's maximum. So this is where the deflection of the cue ball becomes the problem.
And you can't hit it rail first because the cue ball would drift towards the corner pocket.
Did it get there for position? Yes.
Yeah, it did.
Now he's going to come down for the 3 in the side, maybe? I think so. So he's got to have a deft touch here.
Well, if it was not Shane opposing me, I would have gone for the bank. Cross corner.
Really?
Just like that.
Yeah, what about the cue ball, though?
Once again, it looks as if it's myself playing.
Well, maybe after this, the Dream Challenge is over, you and I
I would have ended up with the same result. But I'm a simple amateur, you know.
Well, like I said, the angles on the screen sometimes fool us. So I thought he could cut it in, maybe
It looks
being
like
so close.
the pool gods changed their
Well,
favor.
we'll see. It's definitely not over. Okay. Still a lot of work for SVB, though. You'll notice the 8 and 9 are funny. He did well with the cue ball, though. He was trying to bring the cue ball back to the end rail, hoping the 3 went up table. Now leaving Shane a very natural play on the 3. Shane will come 1 rail right at the 6 to the middle of the table, leaving a nice natural 2-rail angle to drop down on the 7. The thing about the 7, he's got to get down there nice and full on it to get to the backside of the 8. too much. Doesn't want too much. He really wants to come all the way down the table, though. Doesn't want to get thin on this 7. So he's using 3 rails in between the 8 and 9. Like so. That's got to slow down, though. That's got to slow down. That's too much.
That's a good shot, actually, to me.
What's he going to do with the 8 9?
Just,
Go into the 8?
No, you just spin it. Left side.
No, he got steep here.
Two rails. Back and forth.
This is not easy. You got thin here.
But that's kind of natural.
Yeah, I don't know.
Going all the way up and all the way down.
I might play for the cross side bank right here.
Or maybe banking in 2 rails and just trying to draw the cue ball back.
You mean for safety?
Yeah.
No. He's going offensive.
Yeah, I mean, going offensive with the 7, like hand rail, side rail, and 2 rails, banking it.
I really like him either playing for the combination or playing for this side, the cross side bank. He's playing for the combination. Wow, look at this ball. They corner hooked him. They corner hooked him. And that was from getting out of line on... Oh, wow. That's unbelievable. Oh, he can see it? I'm just going to edge it and put him on the rail. Try and leave it off angle. That's not enough, I don't think. I think this bank may be makeable. Now, the slick conditions make it a little tougher.
Was that what you call in the States being titty hooked?
Yeah, corner hooked. Yeah, titty hooked.
I think that refers to the side pocket only.
No, not necessarily. No, the corner as well. He's going to bank this twice. Now, is he going to try and slide the cue ball down and play the 9? We'll see. Oh, wow. Now, watch out for the 9 ball.
Oh.
Wow. I'm surprised he went for the cross corner there.
You know, in a Russian billiards and pyramid, they have some kind of a specialty shot for this one, like to make the cue ball go towards this corner pocket where the 9 is hanging.
He didn't leave this easy,
with plenty of top.
This isn't easy. He's got to smooth this over. If he is this hard, it's not going to go. Yeah, nice shot there.
Yeah, that's a great shot by Shane Van Boening as well. And this is where he wins another point for his team, making it 7-8 and keeping hopes alive.
Yeah,
for his teammates.
That got a little interesting there at the last few shots. That cue ball traveled a long ways around the table to